Well, Vanessa, continuing the trek on the jungle that is of wines, a little bit of that winemaking technique that really brings a little pop to it, a little spice, carbonic maceration. Yes. Please tell us a little bit about the actual technique while we get it going.
I think most people think about this in terms of Beaujolais, first of all, right? Or Gamay. But this is not from France.
Not at all. This is actually deep into Umbria. And this is an ancient varietal, heirloom varietal, if you will, called Ciliegiolo.
So glad you said it instead of me.
I practiced, believe me. In front of the mirror, brushing my teeth, Ciliegiolo. But Leonardo Bussoletti has managed to bring this varietal back, plant it, and really do a lot of studies with it. Pretty exciting and playful at the same time, because wine doesn't always have to be very mystical and serious.
Right.
So you can see on the label, there's a little lion in there referring to the name of the varietal.
Got it.
But let's taste it and see what it actually does.
Perfect. No, I'm excited. I think carbonic maceration is a super interesting winemaking technique. Like I said, you often think about it with Beaujolais, but it's the use of whole clusters. So of course everything has to be harvested by hand because of that. So whole clusters are actually put into a closed tank, and the fermentation actually begins without the presence of oxygen or yeast. So very different than what we think of with other types of fermentation, where you definitely would have yeast, right from the beginning, to initiate the fermentation. But I think what's important, without going too far down a technical rabbit hole, is what matters in the glass, right? Which is that it provides us sort of really fresh fruitiness. An intracellular fermentation actually begins, and the berries split from the inside out. So you get this sort of lower tannin, very fruity, very aromatic quality.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely right off the note, it's like a lot of plum and bright cherry.
Damson, yeah.
Totally.
Rose petal. Oh, it's got this kind of like wild strawberry note on the nose as well. Really charming.
Very pretty. As I said, very playful. Another wine that would be amazing with a little chill.
I think this is an amazing find. I'm so excited by this wine.
Me too. What do you think about pairings?
Ooh, gosh, I think it's pretty versatile because it does have, has a nice freshness, but lower tannins. I almost think you could pair it the same way that you would with Pinot Noir, or almost like a rosé, where I think it could go well with a lot of vegetables. And then like sort of, chicken, maybe grilled salmon, grilled tuna.
Totally. Have you ever had a carbonic maceration wine with mole? I was thinking about that, like mole, like braised overnight with a little chicken, spices, and it just kind of carries it up.
Is
like
it your grandmother's mole?
It could be. She does have a recipe, and you know what? We might try it this week with this wine.
Secret recipe,
It is a secret recipe. It's sworn, but I can make it for you guys and bring you guys over.
All right, it's a deal. Cheers.